Thanks for staying with us. So this morning we're going to be discussing this new identity of being a transgender in Nigeria. There are quite a number of them, and many of them are actually celebrities. So the question is this a new accepted way of life? Especially because recently the General Overseer of the RCCG had said that God does not make mistakes. According to him, he created people, man and woman. Transgender doesn't necessarily mean you're homosexual. It just means that you don't believe, you don't like your body, and you choose to change your gender. So if I'm a woman, born a woman, and I feel like, listen, I'm a tomboy, I'm a boy, I don't want these reproductive organs, I don't want all these parts of my body, I can take it out, and I can become, I can begin to start taking hormones to turn to a man. So these are things that we've seen done in the West. And we're seeing more people, especially in this part of the world, making those kind of choices. And the conversation is this, can we begin to accept these people? I want to start? I'm not looking at you, see?
Okay, go ahead. So for me, the way I understand transgender is that I am born a certain way. Physically, I'm seen a certain way. Like I'm seen as a woman. I have all the attributes of a woman. But inside my head, inside my brain, my thoughts, my mind, I feel strongly that I could be a man or vice versa. And so it gets to the point where you're so unhappy that until you act the way you feel inside your head, which is, oh, I'm meant to be a man, until you now live your life that way, you know, then you will constantly be unhappy. In Africa, we know that many of the things we don't understand, we tend to put it as either we say they're evil or they are confused or things like that. But the truth is, we now have a group of people who say they are born this way. And when we have this conversation, it's like, okay, so what is the way forward? How do we help them? Are there people who are confused?
I choose to stay with the psychologist's opinion that these are confused and it's a mental condition, people who need help. That's how I see them. I think they're just two genders, but now I want to extend it. So we have a male gender, female gender, and the confused gender. That's how I see it. Most of the times when we talk about, even when we took the story of Wale Jan on Friday, it's about children who were abused, sodomized as children, and who were confused as to what normalcy should be. And then they grew up, and then because they have rights now make that abnormality normal. But what we should be looking at is how to help people get back to what God made them, what is normal. So God is not a God of confusion. You are made with certain biological features, and you say that, but in your mind, in the mind, the hermaphrodites are dealing with where they want to be. Those are the people who have a confusion that is obvious biologically.
God created them too.
God created. No, so I'm not saying that. But even they are the ones who should be having this conversation about where their hormones are pushing them more. So you have certain features, but your hormones are pushing you more. Like the one that called on the show. Yeah. We had one who called on the live on one of our lives that said he has a situation where he started seeing his period. He didn't see his period. He thought he was a girl, but he didn't see period and all of that. Those are the people who have these issues. Not you who think you just woke up, but because you flare off more. If you stay longer with your mom, you would like to dress female. It doesn't make you a female.
If we say God is not a God of confusion, but there are hermaphrodites amongst us who are confused. We're not sure how God had placed them from the beginning. Did God make you male? Did God make you female? There are also situations where I grew up with people. I grew up with there's a young boy, I wouldn't mention his name, he was in my school, and he was all female. I mean, he walks like a girl, he talks like a girl, he has mannerisms. I mean, we loved him amongst us. He was just that person that we all, in fact, we even gave him a female name, you know. But this person was so bruised, bullied, because the boys rejected him. He was effeminate. Thank you, that's the word. So now he traveled, I think he went to Germany or something like that, where he found acceptance, you know. He didn't become a female, but he found his own community of people like him. And then he was able to live a normal life. So shouldn't society help you?
Let's not forget that we have a combination of two energies. So we have the male and the female energy in everybody. And for some people, it seems like the one side of the energy will now be higher than the other part of that energy in that same person. Your physical form may be that of female, but what if the way I am now, I strongly feel that I'm supposed to be a man, or that I am a man in my inside?
probably because I feel my male energy higher than my female, and I tend to go to that direction. So it's about how they feel.
Just yesterday, I saw a picture of a guy who did a surgery to look like a dog. It's his right now. And now those ones say they're not be human again. So we see... There's this overdue, and we must see the different system.
Where do we stop?
So we study them and help them and see how this mental road that they are now, whatever it's informing it, now we can help them walk back. Why do I have to buy the hormones? To help me validate how I'm feeling inside. I grew up with my mom as an only son. I loved the way she dressed. And so now I say, the way I'm feeling inside is to be my mom. I need help. If I now suffer the grief of losing her, I would want to be like her.
Or you love your dog so much.
Or I love my dog so much.
So you want to become a dog.
And I want to marry him. I marry dog. And, you know, I will now go and pay for hormones to grow breast, pay for hormones to have a dog baby. And, you know, I will now do photo shoot. Please now. The conversation is difficult, but we must have the conversation. Yeah. And the conversation will not be to just accept them because they are not dangerous to society yet. Because whether you like it or not, when it's closer to home, your eye go clear. Nobody wants, but you are looking at them from far. As long as it's not my son, as long as it's not my family member, it's okay. There. So when it now becomes, what will you do?
So I think Rima has raised some really interesting angles to this. I mean, we have to wrap up on this conversation.